Gotta get laughing. Shout out to Ami Kozak. You guys, make sure you go check him out. If I can get one of the mods to drop his YouTube channel link in the chat, you gotta have a laugh. Okay, that's what we have to do here. Call me silly, call me crazy, whatever. But I do my research and I do my homework, and I make things make sense. And I ask questions too, Candace. You still got to go to court, girl. So we're gonna end it on some laughter. So this is Candace Owens exposing Candace Owens. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And this is gonna be what we conclude on. Let's get to it. Put a 1 in the chat when you can see and hear.
Guys, another explosive day with some crazy announcements that are going to be coming out. We're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss that. As many of you know, Candace Owens has been making headlines lately, talking about Israel, talking about the Zionists. But what a lot of you don't know, and we looked into this, and I don't know if this is true. We don't have evidence that this is true, but I feel this is true. Turns out, if you look into her history, Candace Owens was originally born Candace Owenstein. Owenstein. That's interesting. I just find that interesting. It's very interesting to me. Where did she come from? Appearing on the scene all of a sudden, what, 2015, 2016? Just kind of popped out of nowhere. Is it possible that maybe we're all being fooled, you guys? And that she's actually a secret plant by the Mossad or some Jewish agency to rally all the Jews to unite in fighting her, someone who could actually bring the Jewish community together, and no one would have more of an interest in that than the Jews themselves, leading me to believe that Candace Owens might actually be a Jew. Some kind of psyop, some kind of operation. Just ask Bill Ackman. And again, I don't know if this is true. We don't have evidence that this is true, but I just feel this is true. So I'm gonna say it. Oh no. It's possible Candace Owens, aka Candace Owenstein, is actually a Jewish plant planted by Jews to rally the Jewish people around a common enemy, and that she's actually a Jew herself. Let's take a look at the history, and you'll notice some interesting coincidences. I don't know. We'll see. Let's take a look. What most people don't know is before she was a conservative, she ran a website called Social Autopsy, which was designed to target people for cyberbullying. You guys, this was meant to cancel people who said the wrong things. Where do you think she learned that from? Probably the ADL, which means she was actually an ADL asset trained by the ADL.
You can't make this up.
Guys, they think we're stupid. They think we're so stupid. She probably learned her same cancellation tactics from the very organization she condemns today, which means she's probably working for them. I don't have evidence for it, but I feel it's true. Her original name was Red Pill Black. Now, I don't know if you know anything about Jewish people, but when it comes to pills, Jewish people take a lot of medication. They do.
Wait a minute. Y'all, what did that red pill black mean? What was it significant for? Is that her favorite colors or something? Where did you get that from? Red pill black? What was it, something from the Matrix? Red pill black, y'all. Yeah, it's the facial expressions. Black, red pill. I know. Y'all, look at his facial expressions, the way he swerved his head like a snake.
Red pill black. Now, I don't know if you know anything about Jewish people, but when it comes to pills, Jewish people take a lot of medication. They do. They have stomach issues. I'm sorry if that's offensive. I'm sorry if that's a stereotype, but all the Jewish people I've known in my life have all taken medication for stomach issues or allergies or both. Moving on, she was then discovered by David Horowitz, and I don't have to tell you the origin of that name, but it is Jewish. Oh no, I said he's Jewish. David Horowitz, a Jewish man, gave Candace Owens, aka Candace Owenstein, some of her first recognition, her first platform. If you dig deeper, you discover that she then began working for Dennis Prager,
yes,
Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro. What do they all have in common? They all happen to be Jewish. Oh no, they're all Jews, which means they would want to elevate one of their own, Candace Owens, who most likely is probably a Jew. You guys, it's so obvious. Something doesn't add up here. Are we actually to believe that she would just turn her back on all of these Jewish people that advanced her career? Why would anyone do that? Why would you do that? Why would you even do that? That just seems like a waste of time. And
yeah, that's a whole fact. Candace, you had people, Jewish people, to catapult your Jewish people and conservatives. Catapulted your career, girl. She just kind of told both to kick rocks. I don't even know if she's Christian.
Applies. No normal person would do that, especially someone who is always expressing gratitude and being grateful. So obviously she is grateful, and obviously she's still working for all of them, and she's simply a plant, a Mossad psyop to unite the Jewish people, okay? I don't know if this is true, but what? We can't talk about it? Oh no! You guys, they think we're stupid. They think we're crazy. If you dig a little deeper, you notice some interesting patterns. Some interesting behavior that seems very Jewish, okay? She got engaged to her now husband, George Farmer, after 2 weeks of knowing him. They got engaged after 2 weeks.
Yep.
You guys, getting engaged after 2 weeks.
18 days to be exact.
There's nothing more Hasidic than that. That is exactly what Hasidic Jewish people do when they date. I don't know if you know this, but if you dig deeper, you find out that Hasidic couples date for a very short period of time, and they meet with someone called a shotkin. They meet with a shotkin, which is a Jewish matchmaker. And after about 2 weeks, they get engaged, which can only mean that it's very likely that Candace Owens is actually a Hasidic Jew who used a shotkin, and we will check the records and we will get back to you on that. If you look
to which she never does. Yeah, it's George Farmer. I highly doubt he's Jewish, but I just need to ask anyway. He's definitely weird.
Now as to what she is currently doing, interviewing and trying to vindicate a prominent Jewish figure in Hollywood. Hello, Harvey Weinstein, another Frankist. He's a Frankist, a prominent Jewish man. She's secretly all of a sudden trying to defend, trying to vindicate. Why would she do that? Why would anyone do that? Why would she do that? Maybe because he supports Israel. He disclosed that he had to sell his movie rights to the people who control Hollywood, the Qataris and the Saudis. That's interesting. Why is that interesting? Why does that not surprise me? Because as you all know, Semites are actually Arabs. So when we talk about anti-Semitism, and we talk about anti-Semitics and hating Semites, we're actually talking about Arabs, of which Harvey Weinstein clearly is one. And when Bill Ackman talks about anti-Semitism, he's not only talking about Jewish people, he's clearly also referring to the Qataris and the Saudis, who are Jewish Semite Arabs as well. Candace Owens, a.k.a. Candace Owenstein, is a secret Hasidic Jew Mossad psyop being run to unite the Jewish people for a common cause. It all makes sense. It makes too much sense, you guys. They think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. And I just want to add off by saying that I would chop off my left foot and my right foot and both my arms and flap around like a torso before I support Israel, because Israel is behaving like psychopaths, okay? You're psychopaths. You guys are psychopaths. You are crazy. And I would chop off all of my limbs and flap around on the ground like a human torso before I support you, okay? So my final words to Candace Owenstein: you were born a Jew and you will always be a Jew. We see you for who you are. All right, guys, tune in next week when we uncover that Bibi Netanyahu is a Muslim.
A bow.
Y'all. Oh, Ami. Flood the chat with Ami. Ami. Flood that chat with Ami right now. Oh, dear Lord. It's like the greatest self-roasting ever. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Oh, man, that's priceless. Ami. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's exactly how she would roast herself. like her playing herself. He is epic. Who child? You can't make this a flapping torso. Red pill, black pill, black pill, red pill. Oh Jesus Christ! All right, y'all. I hope y'all had a good time, man. We learned some new things here in the Lady Luck Club. We keep it interesting and fun. The candy asses hate my guts. Who them bots be mad as hell? Shout out to all of you. Shout out to my mods. Thank you all for being all hands on deck. I appreciate you all. I know it's late. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to be back on tomorrow, and we're going to check out Gray Hughes, and we're going to try to figure out, what this information is regarding this weapon and everything. Shout out to all the supporters. I appreciate you all so much. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's keep this video up in the algorithm. Ami is a jewel and he should be protected at all times. Oh man, he is dropping content too. He's starting to pick up his content. Shout out to Mick Bar TV. Shout out to Jay Witt. Shout out to the young man. I forgot who the other guy we watched. What's his name? The Amazing Lucas. There's a couple things he said I did not like, but I did like the picture of Bon Voyage. That was just funny. That was funny. But either way, you guys have a good evening. Mama's got to get to work in the morning. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And listen, we're not going to always agree on everything, you all, but this is, the research that I do, I learn from it as well. And I just impart what I've come across and learned in my research to you all. And you guys take with it what you will. But all the resources to the articles, the video links will be in the description of the video on the conclusion of this live stream. You all, thank you so much. And I will see you all in the next one. Until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.